West.
Ukraine appears to be heading down the road to fascism. Fascism invariably begins with the suppression of communist parties, with the serious erosion of democratic rights, and with attacks on free trade unionism. And we're seeing all of those things in Ukraine today. Not only communists, but socialists across the world will be stepping up the campaign against the pro-fascist regime in Ukraine to demand the restoration of all democratic rights.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel here. It's Lavender here, and today I am going to be making a video that is very anti-capitalism, anti-imperialism, and a video about class struggle. So let's get started in this video. So today I'm going to be talking about basically how anti-communism censorship crackdowns are going across the world and how they have been shutting down pro-communism anything and cracking down on that and cracking down on that shit and the censorship of anything that is pro-communism in any way. Example, countries that ban communist movements and parties, etc. So let's get started into this video. So today I want to talk about how communism is being censored around the globe, the earth, and the world, and how communism movements and parties and symbols are being cracked down and silenced around the globe. How fighting for justice in this class struggle is illegal in countries, etc. I just want to expose basically Porky censorship of communism, because we all know that Porky is scared. The cow pigs are scared of the sheeply waking up, so that's why they banned these communism symbols. So let's get started in this video. So here we go. So I'm going to be listing some of the countries as to where communism is legal, basically, or where there have been movements to make anything that's communism or anything that's pro-communism or anti-capitalism illegal. So let's get started into this video. So Indonesia, anti-communism propaganda runs rampant in this country. Anything that has to do with communism, aka Marxist-Leninism, was officially banned, in the display of such symbols in an attempt to propagate communist or Marxist-Leninist ideals are considered a high treason, a crime, illegal, and could be punished by up to 20 years in prison. All for just, people wanting to, fight, for, rights and stuff. They'll literally throw activists in prison, Other socialist and left-wing related symbols, while not officially prohibited by law, as democratic socialism itself remained acceptable in the country, again, because it's it's not actual communism, are still widely condemned by the Indonesian government as being, closely related to communism in general. These include the Red Star, the Socialist Hardy, the Red Flag, the anthems or slogans such as the International and the slogan Workers of the World Unite. The hammer and sickle has become systematized in the country, which itself is very similar to how Nazi symbolism is treated in the West in general. As such, displaying anything that is pro-communism symbols in public, even without any political intentions, is still regarded as highly offensive to the government of Indonesia. Indonesia is one of the first countries in the world to ban communist symbols as a whole. In April 2017, Indonesian police detained a Malaysian tourist at a hotel for wearing a t-shirt with an image of the hammer and sickle symbol, which is a communist symbol. The tourist was not aware that communist symbols were banned in Indonesia. The police seized the t-shirt and released the tourist after giving him a warning. In May 2018, a Russian tourist was also detained by police in Bali for displaying a Soviet Victor banner, which also contains the communist symbol. South Korea. This one's not shocking at all because, the Korean War in South Korea. Similar to West Germany's ban on the Eastern German flag, the North Korean flag and its Workers' Party flag are prohibited in South Korea as an unconstitutional symbol, though some exceptions exist. Again, this is just an attempt, by the West and things to censor anything that doesn't go, to like the United States narrative, the Caspian narrative. Ukraine, this one's not surprising at all because the Ukraine is literally run by Nazis now, so yeah. In April 2015, there was a law passed in Ukraine banning communism symbols. Earlier, in the year 2012, the city of Lviv in western Ukraine banned the public display of communist symbols. On December 17, 2015, all communist parties were officially banned in Ukraine. Singing or playing the former anthem of the Soviet Union or any other former anthems of the Soviet republics or anything that's communism as a whole is punishable with a sentence of up to 5 years in prison. In July 2019, the Constitutional Court upheld this law equating communism to Nazism. Again, this is just censorship by the capitalist pigs, because communism is not even close to Nazism. Communism literally, is like the opposite of communism. It's far left. Nazism is far right. So this is just a clear cover up by, capitalist pigs and the Nazis. So yeah, Albania was another one. Albania's Institute for Communist Crimes proposed a ban on communist-era films, sparking negative reactions from the public. Bulgaria. In Bulgaria, lawmakers voted on the first reading of a proposed law on November 24, 2016 to make any public display of the communist symbols illegal. The law, known as Criminal Nature of the Communist Regime, requires that signs and items created during the communist regime glorifying the former Communist Party and its leaders be removed from public places. The proposal, however, was never put into a second reading. Croatia. The use of communist symbols is currently under review in Croatia. The Czech Republic. In 1991, the Czechoslovakia Criminal Code was amended, which banned propaganda of movements which restricted human rights and freedoms, citing communism. Later, the specific mentions of those removed, citing the lack of clear legal definition. Nevertheless, the law itself was recognized as constitutional. Estonia. In early 2007, a draft bill amending the penal code of Estonia to make the public use of Soviet symbols punishable if used in a manner disturbing the public peace or inciting hatred. The bill did not come into effect as it passed only the first reading. Georgia. In Georgia, the use of Soviet-era communism symbols on government buildings is prohibited, as it is a display in public places. Although this law is rarely enforced by authorities, a ban on communist symbols was first proposed in 2010, but it failed to define the applicable sanctions on, communism. Germany. The flag of the German Democratic Republic, East Germany, was outlawed as an unconstitutional and criminal symbol in West Germany and West Berlin until the late 1960s, when the ban was lifted. The emblem and the flag of the Communist Party of Germany are still banned in the country under Section 86A of the German Criminal Code. Hungary. Hungary had a law that banned the use of symbols of communism powers. The Constitutional Court upheld this law when it was challenged, claiming that the involved restriction of freedom of expression was justified. The court recognized the gross violations by the Nazi and communist regimes, and communist symbols were banned. Latvia. In June 2013, the Latvia Parliament approved a ban on the display of Soviet symbols at all public events. The ban involves flags, communism anthems, workers' anthems, the hammer and sickle, communism symbol, etc. Lusitania banned Soviet symbols in 2008. Moldova has attempted to ban communism imagery, although I don't know if they were successful with it or not. I don't think they were. Poland in 2009, communist symbols, unless used as part of artistic, educational, activities, was banned. Romania is another one. So yeah, there have been other, softer attempts at being anti-pro worker around the globe, such as, for example, on August 30th, 100 days after the collapse of the Rana Plaza factory, which killed over 1,000 people, injured workers and family members of those who died, along with the workers' rights activists, inaugurated a memorial for for those who died in the tragedy, a communism, pro-worker, and class struggle statue of two fists thrusting towards the sky, grasping a hammer and sickle, which is a communism symbol. The police attempted to stop the erection of the memorial several times and tried to censor it completely. It remains the only memorial dedicated to this tragedy. Another example, Facebook. Facebook has taken Telesur English's pages, down on Facebook, a pro-communism South American news outlet, pages down multiple times for no reason, which is clearly a Capitalist Pig cover-up. So I just want to make this video to show that, Porky, aka the Capitalist Pigs, are scared of the people waking up. That's why they're trying to ban, communism altogether and make it illegal, because they want to silence, they want to silence the victims of capitalism. And we all need to be aware of this, Capitalist Pig cover-up and Capitalist Pig censorship, okay? So, if you guys like this video, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Bye guys, in this video.